So, anyways, I have got another wonderful little story. You little Zora pack out there for today. In fact, I have, there are a lot of crazy things that happened to me recently. Now, this is where I got fired from an ice cream parlor. Wow, I know, really weird. And even though the background is a cafe, I might have to change that or something, but I'm not gonna because it has something to do with coffee in it. So basically, it's New Year's, like the day before New Year's Eve. Me and Michael are literally out doing whatever, and my other friend, two other friends, we're out there because we were taking a vacation. And because I'm gonna be here in Bluebeeville for the holidays, and I really did not want to do anything with my closest friends. And some of my friends have other families, and I had to stay here. And basically, I went to go see my family. Now, you guys are gonna now that might not seem interesting right now, but just give me a few. Hang on. That Blueville Cafe. And the Bluebeeville Cafe serves all kinds of different cafes. I'm talking lattes, espresso. I mean, I guess it's all. Salted coffee. No, what's it called? Ever since the Bobby Bear Hug incident, they actually started serving hot cocoa with with honey inside of it, and they were honey muffins, chocolate muffins, all kinds of tasty stuff. Now the cafes down here in now the cafes at Runeterra, honestly, I okay, they're okay. They're not the but something that what Blueville does is the environment is at night and their foods. They excel in that. And also they really excel in like, you know, all kinds of like, vehicle selections and stuff. I'm not going to get too much into that. And I have a friend that works there. And they say and yeah, he is a yeah, and I'm not going to talk too much about it. Anyways, we were there and it had a nice smell in there. Obviously, it smelled like I don't know what's that spray I have in my room. I can't get it right now, but it actually has a spray, and it smells so good. It's like I think it has something to do with acorn pines or something. I think that's scent they were using, and they were spraying it all over the freaking place. Now, when in my nose, it actually punched me in the face, and I was like, okay, boot me on the nose, and because it was just so strong. And again, gently, but I don't know. I don't know. You have to be extremely wary. But here's the thing about the cafe food there. You gotta be extremely wary if about the room terra cafes, especially the one in Bilgewater. You have to be extremely picky, extremely wary of what you pick there because you might pick like a very salty muffin. Because oftentimes or not, you'll get a very salted muffin that's soggy, salted waffles that's soggy waffles, which is gross, soggy pink, like just all kinds of nasty. Or heck, you might get some eyeball on top of it. Yeah, there's a butcher shop right in there. Yeah, I don't know if Pike from there did it. Pike the champion, Pike from from Bilgewater did it, but I don't know. I don't know. He must have been having I don't know, a freaking blood orgy fest in there or something. I'm not sure, but yeah. But outside of that, I'll talk about that later. That's a story for another day. But here we're going to be talking about the Bluebeeville cafes. Go in the cafe, and then my friend greeted us. Pharynx greeted me, said hello, and we all went sat down. But here's the thing, we were so stressed out due to Pengolet's mourning, losing his friend. Yeah, Fox Sparks Christ. Yeah, it turns out that she's polymerious, and she was multiple candidates, seeing multiple creatures. Yeah, I'm not gonna say who the other multiple creatures, but yeah, but Pengolet didn't feel too well with this, and Pengolet was not okay with this and decided to break. And my thoughts on polymerious people, or however you pronounce it, I don't really have much thoughts. I mean, they can do whatever they want, whatever that's their boat, and also before people get mad at that there are people had multiple people they were seeing back in the day. Like people like guys used to have multiple wives, They used to have, and wives used to have multiple husbands, I think. I'm not really too sure. And even Iraq, I think you can have multiple wives, I think. Yeah, I don't know, according to some American Dad episode. But okay, that we're not going to get too much into that because that's not what we're here for. And strangely, she was, but my snowflake was stressed the hell out. So anyway, we go off into the bathroom for some, which is weird because massage somebody, and it turns out that Fairing is a professional, is great at massaging people. I don't know, something in the male bathroom and locked it, and I was really odd in the fact that went in the bathroom. Now I'm not sure what they were. In fact, now that I think about it, even some of the people boys were looking at them like confused, strange, creepy expressions. The pulling his thing out and you know uh, started trying to go crazy in public, and I'm like, okay. And he obviously was chased out by the manager, but which was a Renamon by the way, but I'm not really too sure about that. And she said that you'd, but I didn't said stressfully. And oh come on, no, let's not do it here. I don't do it in a I mean, don't do it in a public place. And they and no, they weren't doing that. They were just massage face giving her. Okay, I don't know why in the bathroom though. It's just so weird to me. But give ice cream power, and then on she gets a call on the phone, and as Snuff Farron come out, Rena, the Renamon manager, gets a call on the phone. Now she says that we all have to worry and we all have to get down to Julius's ice cream parlor stat. Now, I didn't know what this place was. I was gonna leave, but she said we're gonna need you. Come on down here, stat. And then we all drove down. We all followed each other in the vehicle, and it was just so weird to me. And then, as soon as we got there, we put on so many aprons, and I'm looking right there, and it's the Violet First cast. If they were animals or something, Arctic animals. I don't know. It was weird. And he said that Julius went upstairs in the room to talk about things. Now they said, "Hey, are you guys the new employees?" Now, me, Ring, and Ghoul were so confused. Like we were like, "Huh?" And then said, "Yeah, we gotta start making ice cream, and there's a specific flavor for New Year's." And I'm like, "Okay, how the heck did I get?" Oh god! And I like hands in my face in my hands like this. That's all I did. Just going in to visit my friend. Like what the fuck's going on? Why are we what is happening? I'm just saying, I don't know, man. Ghoul is saying, I don't know, man. We can just leave. We could just dump it on some random people on the street. Well, more of an insult to just automatically leave, pop up and leave. Especially seeing damaging or something along those lines. So, yeah, ultimately protested and said, we should stay. Now, a few minutes pass, hour, and we're waiting to do. Now, my friends make ice because his thing, he doesn't work to make something unless other person does it. They're pretty respectful, because he doesn't want to get done before anyone else. She looked at me and flipped me. Someone flipped me off, or angry people, and break in. Said, "All right, here something was wrong." I knew something was extremely wrong. Given the fact of the matter that we're gonna do this. They're making ice cream in there. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And as soon as I hear a ding. I hear a ding, and it says we have to make coffee flavored ice cream. And what basically we had to do, we had to pour coffee in there, freeze it up. I don't all the vanilla ice cream, kind of freeze it up with the milk and all that. It's kind of gross, but at the same time sounds actually good with coffee. And and so we had to put coffee beans on top, which I don't think are edible, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know at this point. And we decided to do all that. Now we had to make over 6,600 batches before tomorrow, which is for New Year's, which is like tomorrow. Now I'm saying, okay, we all know how did me and my friends get dragged into this? I'm not even sure. And then, as soon as we one ice cream left, and there was one ice cream, and Willie Wallace had to taste test it, and Maggie Mako from the Nightmare Critters for some reason had to taste test it. Went blank. And they just stood there doing I don't know what, something creepy, obviously in the background, until they actually came back up and said, it's good and ready for tasting. And I was like, okay, that's weird. I mean, I was going to leave because I was in the mood to put up with that nonsense. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it was weird. And then as soon as we were done, the last ice cream that has to be served tomorrow in the giant freezer, it moved. And when I mean moved, it started walking. Yeah, I don't know. It started moving away. As soon as I get near it, it just goes away, just moves away. And I'm like, okay. And then I just did what two hands. And then it jumped. It jumped on my head, and it jumped on the ground and went into the freezer. And I was like, is the ice cream sentient? Because it didn't do that before. And it turns out that, I don't know. I'm not even sure. And then something else happens. Apparently, I don't know. If anything, the ice cream reminded me of the way it was moving, reminded me of I don't know. What are they called? Just give me a second. Anything it reminded me of I don't know. It reminded me of a gremlin. I don't know. It reminded me gremlin that just from fantasy. I'm not talking about like the slang term. I'm talking about the fantasy. It tried moving. It moved like that. I mean, imagine that. Gremlin ice cream gremlin. How weird is that? Is that creepy? Does that sound? And I don't know what in the world to think. Just there. And there's just like fork, spoon on the side. It does not like it's gonna do something. It makes me bad to puke my guts out seeing that. But to eat it, to take it. So I pick it up, slowly, and I poke it because that's what you do with a creature. You touch it, you do it with a stick. I don't know. Unknown creature. You just look at it closer. And then it jumped and it bounced and it went in the freezer. It shut the door and locked it somehow. I'm not even sure how it did that. Went to scooped out some of it. Blood on the inside of it, red, and it glowed. Let me ask you a question. What kind of creature has glowing blood? I mean, not even alien creatures have glowing blood. Blood that glow. Something that drink something that make to do it. But the fact that the glowed a blood red color, yeah, it was brown on the inside. A white tint to it was disturbing, freaky, and downright it's just terrifying. And then I just remember sitting there and slowly putting it to my lips. Watching it. The taste was about as weird as it was because coffee tastes like I don't know. You know what blood tastes like? Put a nickel in your mouth and see how you like it. That's what it tastes like. This one with an irony taste to it with a mixture of silver. and it very hard. Spat it out. Cherry sauce, and that's cells were less moving, at least for a few seconds. Just stopped, right in the middle of what they were doing, and they formed eyes out of coffee beans, faces. Kind of some kind of freaking exorcist kind of mess there. I mean, looking down at this ice cream that's here, and know how it's saying the had that was joking about that, but when I looked down, the moving in front of me, and it started floating up in the air, spinning around like a UFO, and then so into the ice cream, and they were fusing together like some kind of that scene from Sonic Heroes where Metal Sonic turns into this giant robot. I don't know. That's what that was like. That felt like it was like, huh? And then they start convulsing. And they start screaming and yelling and everything. And then next thing I know, they stop. Everyone trying to see if them are okay. All right. Everyone else is freaking out. Flipping the fuck. I'm getting up and I'm calling the police and calling OSHA and see what's going on with this thing. Determine that they're alive. And once I finally get the call in, they jump right back up and form a golem, a chocolate coffee golem thing, and it's like a freaking scene out of I don't know. I'm not people of Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Yeah, you know that scene where the Elfless chases you down? Fecto Forgo chases you down, and that's what that was. What do you think? It's little drones or anything? No. Sentient, and they your fucking flesh will then eat you and suck you in an instant, kind of zombies if you want to put them out there, infected. The why is it's red? And he said that it looked like a demon. Honestly, that golem looked like Musk staring at us, and one of the slams its hand down, and screaming, death cry, and thankfully for us, freaking spoon on me, and I stabbed it in the freaking heart, and it stopped, stunned it for a while. Friend, we're about to literally get the hell out of there. We start running, we barge out of that freaking door, and those things kept on chasing us. Even when we got to the car, when we got to the freaking vehicles, still banging the freaking try to get to us. Thankfully, though, it went out in the woods somewhere where we were right in front of, and it apparently is going to go wreak hell on a bunch of people, a bunch of criminals, assholes out there trying to kill us. Which brings me to the reason why I can't go over there anymore. Like with the pool incident, I literally said, yeah, you don't go over there again. So, yeah, I don't know.